Hi, I'm David Masterson with Tierra Antigua Realty in Green Valley and Sahuarita. And if you're thinking about selling your home, or even just preparing, what I'm about to share could directly affect your timeline and your final number. Design trends in 2026 have shifted significantly, and understanding those shifts isn't about decorating, because I'm not a decorator. It's about knowing how buyers are feeling when they walk through the front door or scrolling past a listing photo. Let's start with color. The all-gray interior had a long run, but buyer sentiment has clearly moved on. What's rising is warm, immersive colors: beiges, sage, terracotta, soft navy. Zillow data shows color drenching is up 149% in listing descriptions year over year. That's when you coat the walls, the ceilings, and the trim in one cohesive hue. It photographs beautifully and creates that emotional pull that buyers are looking for. Buyers are also seeking character. Art Deco-inspired details like arched doorways, brass accents, and curved edges, layered metals are all surging in searches and listing descriptions. Listings mentioning artisan craftsmanship are up 21%. This doesn't require a gut renovation. 1 or 2 moments of character can completely change how a space feels. And surfaces are having a moment too. Natural stone with visible veining, full-height backsplashes, limewash walls, and plaster textures are replacing the safe, neutral, and disappearing into the background finishes that dominated the last decade. Open floor plans haven't disappeared, but buyers no longer want an undifferentiated open box. They want flow and definition. Semi-closed layouts, dedicated home offices, reading nooks, these are now selling points. Zillow mentions of reading nooks are up 48% year over year. Wellness design has gone mainstream as well. Spa-inspired bathrooms, biophilic elements, natural light, and spaces designed for quiet and rest are all climbing fast in both listing and buyer wish lists. Wellness mentions in listings are up 33%, and climate resilience is now a real factor in buyer decisions. Features like energy efficiency, solar readiness, EV chargers, and whole home backup systems are being evaluated the same way buyers evaluate a kitchen renovation, as a financial consideration. If you have these features, make sure your listing says so clearly. On the flip side, there are things the buyers have moved past. All gray and stark white interiors, overdone farmhouse styling, matched finishes on everything, open shelving as the kitchen default, and single-use themed bonus rooms. These don't necessarily tank a sale, but they can create a hesitation with a buyer. Here's what ties all of this together. 85% of buyers say listing photos are the most critical factor when deciding which homes to visit. Warm textured, layered spaces photograph dramatically better than sterile, minimalist ones. What your home looks like on screen directly affects how fast it moves and at what price. The good news is that many of the most impactful updates are cosmetic. A $500 to $2,000 refresh, warm paint, updated hardware, swapped light fixtures, a statement accent wall can meaningfully shift how a home is perceived and how it photographs. The key is knowing which updates are worth making in your specific price range and neighborhood, and which ones can you skip entirely. If you want to walk through your home and talk about what makes sense before you list, that's exactly the conversation I'm here for. Reach out. A short call could make a real difference in your results. And if you want the full breakdown with sources, I've linked the complete blog post below. It covers everything we've talked about today in detail. Worth a read before you make any decisions.